right, now we move to Tanzania, where it's been 1 year since Tanzania's former Vice President Samia Suluhu Hassan assumed office as the first female president to rule the country. Samia Hassan was sworn in following the death of former President John Magufuli, who died at the age of 61. Here's a brief look into her journey in the past year.
Kwa masikitiko makubwa nawajulisha kuwa leo.
On 17th March 2021, Samia Suluhu announced that Magufuli had died following a long illness after he disappeared from the public in late February. She was sworn in as his successor on the 19th March 2021 and will serve the remainder of Magufuli's second 5-year term. Upon swearing in, Suluhu became Tanzania's first female president, the second Zanzibari to hold the post, and the third Muslim after Ali Hassan Mwinyi and Jakaya Kikwete. Similarly, she became one of 2 serving female heads of states in Africa alongside Ethiopia's Saleh Work Zewde. Under the constitution, since she took office with more than 3 years remaining in Magufuli's term, if she completes this term, she will only be eligible to run for 1 full term in her own rights should she decide to stand at the next election. Shortly after assuming office, Suluhu initiated certain changes. The utmost need to review the country's attitude in the fight against COVID-19, in stark contrast to the skepticisms of the virus under Magufuli's tenure. Mandatory 14-day quarantine for travelers entering Tanzania from countries with the new COVID variants were imposed. Visitors were recommended to wear face masks, sanitize themselves, and practice social distancing. Suluhu permitted embassies and other international organizations to import vaccines into the country to vaccinate foreign nationals for their Tanzanian day-to-day work, aided by the Ministry of Health. On 28 July 2021, the COVID-19 vaccination started under her charge in Tanzania, with her receiving the first dose of the vaccine and urging all Tanzanians to get their jabs, saying the country is not an island. She equally harped on placing emphasis on economic diplomacy, a feat that saw her undertake crucial visits and meetings which were expected to influence the trading partnership with the rest of the globe. Going by the Bank of Tanzania data, the economic growth was 4.9% in the first 3 quarters of 2021 compared to 4.8% in the corresponding period in 2020. Data shows that this was contributed by construction, agriculture, mining and quarrying, manufacturing, transport and trade activities. She has managed to create a friendly taxation system and reduce bureaucracy in the issuance of work permits and approval of investment projects, amongst others. Business experts believe there is no cause for alarm and President Hassan is taking Tanzania back on the right trajectory. In terms of internal politics, the Tanzanian president has recently met with top opposition figure Tundu Lissu in Belgium, a step suggesting Lissu may be preparing to return home from self-exile. The president and Lissu discussed various issues of mutual interest on the state of the Tanzanian nation, a move that has largely been applauded.
Samia Suluhu Hassan doing one thing, ensuring that she moves the plan forward. And we've taken a look at her 1 year in office thus far. Oluchi, like they would rather say, what a man can do, a woman can do better. But in this context, we're looking at a lady who wasn't prepared to be in office as a president. But of course, the circumstances had to come and move her into that position, which she has been striving to ensure that she does her best. She's been at the forefront. Pushing for the COVID-19 vaccine.
And she has made history in the country. I mean, being the first female president in the country and being the 6th head of state in the country. Well, now, I remember when she celebrated her first 100 days in office, the accomplishment that she made. There were about 92 large investments between March and June of 2021, which is about 36.7% rise in the number of projects that were coming into the country compared to the previous year, which was far lesser than that. We're also looking at the amount of investors that came into the country. There's been an increase since she took over. So it's pretty, it seems like a scorecard is quite impressive right now for a female president in Africa.
Not bad, not bad. She's held meetings with other presidents as well. We've seen her hold meeting with Kenyan President Uhuru Kenyatta. And not forget to, she's also stood the test of time in the area of ensuring that when it comes to infrastructure, she's pushing really hard to make sure that infrastructure is also a key factor, especially to her regime. But congratulations, 1 year in office, many more to go, and we'll still be counted down with the and let her know what it is. Well, earlier we spoke to Zitto Kabwe, a former member of Tanzania's parliament and leader of the Chadema Party, who assessed the performance of President Hassan in the past 1 year. Let's get to hear what he said.
Achievement President Samia has achieved is to bring back happy faces of Tanzanians, the freedoms, because this is something that Tanzanians lacked for the last 6 years. But now Tanzanians are freer. People are free to express their opinions. They criticize the government without any fear. They criticize herself without any fear. But also the president has initiated dialogue between the opposition and other democracy stakeholders and herself. She, as you clearly said, she has already met Tundu Lissu, the former presidential candidate. She has met chairman of the largest opposition party in the country, Freeman Boy. Yeah. And in the end of the month, she's opening the largest, one of the largest democracy conference in our country through Tanzania Center for Democracy. So for me, as I said before, it was a hopeful year. We hope that in the next 1 year, we will see the needed electoral and political reforms for the country to go back to its democratic dispensation.
Quite an explanation right there.